If you're up late stressing about money, doom scrolling YouTube, watching, paid for videos about stock picks for 2026, reading statements, retirement article after retirement article, wondering if you're behind, wondering if you're doing enough, wondering what the hell you're doing wrong, this one is for you. Because I was you. At 35, I thought I was doing okay. The bills were paid, the family was taken care of, I had a steady job. I was putting money into the 401k to get, make sure I made the match. On paper, I looked responsible. And honestly, I was responsible. And that's what makes this so damn tricky. I wasn't blowing money on sports cars. I wasn't gambling. I was doing what most of us do, checking the boxes and hoping it all just worked out. But looking back now, I was mostly winging it. And here's the embarrassing part. I didn't know shit about investing. When my company handed me the 401k paperwork, I stared at all those funds options and thought, how the hell am I supposed to know which one is right? Different risk levels, different percentages, different fund names. It was overwhelming. So I did what a lot of us do, and I paid somebody else to do it for me and moved on. Then one day I got a little bit cocky. I sold some of my employee purchased stock shares, and I ended up with a few $1,000s. And thought, all right, I'm an investor now. That confidence lasted about 2 weeks. I lost roughly half of it, almost $5,000, gone. Nothing teaches humility quite like watching your money disappear in real time. That was a wake-up call. I wasn't investing, I was guessing. And those are two very different things. So I stopped guessing and I started learning. Stock screeners, financial statements, industry trends, economic cycles. I started following industries instead of hot tips. During COVID, I watched shipping and packaging demand explode and invested in the companies that benefited from those trends. I bought Exxon when oil was getting hammered because I believed demand would eventually come back. Some bets worked well. Some didn't. But for the first time, I had actual reasons behind my decisions. The big lesson? Hope is not a strategy. Understanding is. Somewhere in my late 30s and early 40s, retirement stopped feeling, theoretical. 50 was coming. Fast. Man, I really hope I'm doing enough. That's not a great feeling. And as I said earlier, hope is not a strategy. One of my biggest regrets is how long I dragged my feet on the Roth IRA. For years I thought, I don't even know what a Roth IRA is, but yeah, maybe someday. What I didn't fully appreciate was every year I delayed was a year of tax-free growth I would never get back. You can make more money, you cannot make more years. That one still stings. And don't get me started on the HSA, the most underrated tool most people ignore. Triple tax advantages, tax deductions going in, tax-free growth, tax-free withdrawals for qualified medical expenses. If you can afford to pay your medical expenses out of pocket today and leave the HSA invested, it can become a dedicated medical retirement fund later. And trust me, future healthcare costs become a lot more real when you're nearing retirement than it did when you were 35 years old. So, if I could sit down with the 35-year-old me, here's the roadmap I'd give him. Grab the 401k match every paycheck. That's free money, no excuses. Max the Roth IRA out whenever possible. Earlier in the year, the better. Tax-free growth is too powerful to ignore. Then keep building the 401k and don't overlook your HSA account. After that, brokerage accounts, real estate, whatever fits your goals. Nothing revolutionary, nothing sexy really. Just using the tools that were sitting right in front of me the whole time. Look, I'm still figuring shit out. I made plenty of mistakes. I've left money on the table. I've made decisions I'd love to take back. And this channel isn't teaching from experience. It's about teaching from scars. The mistakes, the missed opportunities, the things I wish somebody had sat me down and explained 20 years ago. If you're in your 30s or 40s, maybe I can save you some of that time and pain. If you're 50 like me, maybe this is your reminder that course correction still counts. Because the goal isn't perfection. Nobody gets a perfect financial life. The goal is making the next decision a little better than the last one. So tell me in the comments, what's the one money mistake you wish you could take back? What's stressing you out financially right now? And what's one thing you wish you'd started sooner? Because here's the truth. Half the reason I started this channel is because I spent years thinking I was the only one who couldn't understand any of this stuff. I thought, I guess I just need to make more money. At least that's what I told myself, right? Then I started talking to people. Friends, coworkers, family, people making good money, people struggling, people getting close to retirement. And you know what I found? Almost everybody feels like they missed something. Almost everybody has a financial scar. Something they wish they had known sooner. Something they'd do differently if they could go back. That's what I guess midlife reality is all about. Not pretending we have all the answers. Not pretending we haven't screwed up things. Look, I'm not a guru. I don't claim to be. But I have watched the patterns of my mistakes and grown from them. I'm just getting honest about the lessons and helping each other make the next decision a little better than the last one. Consistent decisions compound into consistent results. So if that sounds like your kind of conversation, stick around. Subscribe if you want. No pressure. We've got plenty more to talk about. Money, retirement, real estate, AI, career decisions, and all the weird lesson life waits until midlife to teach you. And remember, you don't have to get everything right. You just have to get the next decision a little more right than the last one. That's midlife reality.